You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible.
I'll throw this out to all three of you. That issue that I raised with Demos, and that is forgiveness. That was something that we constantly heard on cable news and on broadcast news in the aftermath of the murders of Emanuel AME. And there were a lot of African Americans who were really, really upset because there was this whole notion that somehow for black people, we always have to quickly go to forgiveness. I didn't hear that same thing after the synagogue shooting that took place in California or the synagogue shooting that took place in Pittsburgh. What is about America that always wants black folks to quickly forgive as opposed to how other people have react to these sort of stories? Anybody can jump in.
So I'll start it off. I don't know if, particularly in the case with Mother Emanuel, I think what we had were, we actually had the family members, and I think you guys mentioned that in the discussion that you had, the family members who were actually prayerful. You know, they talked about that. They were very open in their Christianity. And so I think that's just a part of the fabric of who we are. I think we just, during the 400 years that we've been here, you know, you can say that we've actually been forgiving in ways that many people would not. I think a distinction between what happened after Mother Emanuel and some of the other instances that you referenced is that there wasn't that same focus from the actual parishioners themselves on what their religion does. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but the parishioners there, the victims, they were very open. The families were very open about their forgiveness and their honesty, their Christianity. So I think there's just a distinction in how they responded and the other people responded as well.
Kelly, Amisha, go ahead.
The original question is why you think this happened, the forgiveness part?
In terms of when things have happened to African Americans, America wants black folks to quickly move to forgiveness. When you have similar stories that take place, it's not like that's always the case.
I think a component of this is the fact that it's almost expected that we die. I think that we still are in a stage of our citizenship in this country where we are still considered second-class citizens. So when something negative happens to us, it's almost kind of like a grin and bear it because you're not even supposed to be a citizen. There's that component to it. You don't ask a Jewish person to stop mourning the Holocaust, but you ask us to stop mourning, 400 plus years of enslavement, Jim Crow, and just the overall disenfranchisement of an entire race of people. Specifically when it comes to Christianity, I think it's the way that African Americans have taken into that religion is that we really do embrace the entire Bible and specifically the concept of forgiveness. And I feel that whiteness, not necessarily white people, but the concept of whiteness exploits that. So when events like this happen, we have a situation where our core is to forgive, but you also have the other side of that coin where people are exploiting our willingness to forgive. And that's the disconnect. That's the problem.
Amisha?
To make sense of an America that has, by and large, always treated African Americans unfairly, has not really recognized our pain throughout slavery, throughout the post-slavery era, down through Jim Crow and beyond. I think that for African Americans specifically, holding on to religion, specifically holding on to the aspect that says that things can get better, holding on to the aspect that says that we should forgive, and not holding that in, because as an African American, I think that it becomes very hard for you to continue to move, continue to exist in this country if you remain in that constant state of anger, or that constant state of feeling like someone has their foot around your neck or on your throat. And I think that for the majority of the population, when they think about forgiveness, at least today, when we're seeing more and more people rise up, revolt, get really upset about these things, it's a huge juxtaposition with what we have seen historically. I will say that there are a lot of people who, after that, after the church incident, did not forgive. I think that it speaks a huge testimony to the family specifically, that they came out and they actually talked about their forgiveness, but also to the rest of the nation.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Hey, family, I'm inviting you to come out swinging and join me for a day of golf at the University for Parents Golf Tournament on Saturday, June 22nd in Southwest Atlanta's Wolf Creek Golf Course. It's a golf tournament with a purpose, a fundraiser for the University for Parents, a program designed to empower parent learners through education, inspiration, and support. This is a part of Susan Taylor's National Cares Mentoring Movement. And, of course, I've been a supporter of them. And, of course, when you empower the parents, you empower the children as well. The location of the tournament is 3000 Union Road. 3000 Union Road, and the shotgun start will be at 9 a.m. If you want to register, go to www.uforparents, letter U, uforparents.org. letter uforparents.org, or you can call 770-316-3487. We want to sell out all of our slots, and I certainly hope to see you there.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.